Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Die. Dang it, I missed. It would have been a bit more dramatic if he died on that one. And he would have. That makes this thing entirely worse. And my cat just meowed at me. Anyway, so I went and did a bit of mining. As you can see, I have 34 gold ore as well as a bunch of other things. Got some iron, etc. Decided to rain, so that's always a good sign. I needed a lot of gold because the solar panels, when I actually attempted to construct them, they require an energy tablet each, and it requires 3 gold each. So pretty much I needed 16 of those. Didn't have any gold, so I needed to make it. So I'm going to go process all this gold ore, then let it start working on iron ore, and then we can finally start our salination plant and at least get this stuff ready and hopefully willing and able, though I don't think it's going to be so willing, especially with what I'm going to subject it to. See you in a few. Okay, I think we have enough ingredients. So let's throw our... Always good to step on the pressure plate. Always good to do that indeed. So we're going to need to get our solar panels, obviously. Let's check the uses once again. We need to have these. How many of these do I currently have stored? I only have, 5, 6. Obviously, they cannot be, whatever. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now that's all I need. Now if we check the uses of the solar panels again, once again, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I made too many of these anyways. Crud. What's the uses? Okay, so I need the osmium ore again. So I need to process a bit more osmium. How many more solar panels do I need? Solar, I got 6. I need 10 more, so that would be good. However, do I need any for this? No, I don't. So crushing all of this stuff should be easy enough to do. Now, I did actually learn a few mechanics for the node merging behavior, some which I were not aware of. However, I should have realized it at the time when I was starting to attempt to merge my node to its final form. Now, as you know, the farther away that a node is from another means the slower that it actually bullies the other node. That much was obvious. That's why we made the 7x7x7 system that we have over there, and also why our node recharging area doesn't actually have anything there. So, okay, almost got... Okay, let's just keep this. We'll get the other 36 dust later on. However, it's not a necessity at this point in time. However, the higher amount that a node has, it actually stops. Well, it actually gets slower when said node is big. Let me show you what I mean. So when this node has, say, 122 water V in it, it will then check around it, check which ones actually have water. It sees this one has water. This one is a lot bigger. If this water had only like 20, instead, it actually bully it at a lot faster rate than at the 122 that this monstrosity is currently at. Now, another interesting thing is the fact that this node, well, when it actually breaks it up into this, which I think is the main reason we're making this, though I might just use it for later, there's a few checks that it does. One, it checks the highest, for instance, let's think of it this way. Say that the census has air. I'm not sure if it has air in it to make it up, but let's just say it has air. That 23 will be compared to the 124, and whichever is the highest, obviously the 124 in this case, it will be the one that is counted when calculating how much air the broken up node will have. So if you were to have one mega aspect that has all 6 of the ingredients, we'd be able to break that up, and it'll basically be able to be very freaking big. However, if we check the aspects of magics, I'm not sure if any one of these has all 6 to make up for it. I think, let's check Forbidden Magic. Forbidden Magic, no, that's only 5. Obviously, that's not it. That's not it either. I don't think any one of these does. However, I'm probably going to have to check that. Tellum, let's check Tellum. Instrumentum Perito, so that's 2 of them. And Instrumentum is Witch. Humanus and Order, that's 3. Then we have Bestia, 4 and 5. 6. Okay, so if we were to get a node that had pure Ira in it, Ira, whichever it is, Ira I think it is, we'd basically be able to say if we get it at 1,000, it'll calculate it as if we got 1,000 of each of the primals. So that's not what we're actually working on. It's a nice lesson. However, it is not, it's not what we're going to be working on right now. So we need to make this in a very slow manner. So 1, 2, 3, now we have 4 advanced solar generators, which thankfully is what we need to start our brine production. However, obviously we are going to need a bit of water to add to this. So we're going to also need a few aqueous accumulators. Do we have all the ingredients that we need for an aqueous accumulator inside here? That should be easy enough to test. I think I want to make 3 aqueous accumulators. So 6 of these. Thank you. That's easy enough. 3 of these. We're missing iron. Huh. Well, speaking about Ira, I'm going to be really mad. And then probably fall and break my neck. That would be bad for everything that I hold dear. Yes. I think that's enough iron. Is there another stack of iron in there? Yes, there is. And there's also lead, silver, and more gold. So I might as well take all of those while it's still processing all of that fun, lovely little iron that I have in the system. Throw all of you here. I need, how many? 3 of these. Aqueous accumulator again. We're going to need the machine frames. So 1, 2, 3. Hey, I did a shift click, thanks. 1, 2, 3. Now we could upgrade the machine frames, however I don't think... No, the aqueous accumulator can't be upgraded by the machine frames. So that would be a useless endeavor and is why we are going to ignore that for the time being. Do we have our conduits in here? No, our conduits are down here. We also might want to bring a bucket for water that we're going to need. Stop it! Stop it, I say. 2 buckets, that's actually good. Put that away, we got that. And we have our conduits which are in here. There we go. And our wrench which is not in here. Always a lovely thing when we do not have everything that we need. Okay, let's get the reinforced tank because we might as well use it a bit. Oh, that was falling. That was falling. That was a stupid thing that I did. That must have been from a previous explosion, though I do not remember. So let's place these down first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's attempt to form. And now it's forming. Multiplication times 2. We got a height of 3, max temperature of only 200. Now I believe this needs to be at... Yeah. Why is it in Fahrenheit? Why is it not in Celsius? I mean, how is it starting at 0 degrees... I hate Fahrenheit. I really do. I mean, 0 degrees Fahrenheit is really freaking small. Anyways, I'm probably getting into the bad debates. I do not want to debate Fahrenheit versus Celsius on the internet right now. I feel like people would be a bit annoyed and rage-worthy, which is not something that I want to do at this stage of time. So what I think I'll just do is shut up about it and continue onwards. So let's put our aqueous accumulators here. Then we obviously need to break all this sand. So aqueous accumulator, that means we just need our water, and king slimes, go away. 1, 2. We got one here, one here, one here, and one here. Now these are starting to make water at an aqueous rate, and we'll put those. Obviously, this needs to go away. Actually, let's get this. I have enough LP, so I don't need to monitor it every second of the day, so that's good. Let's connect you. I said connect you. Didn't want to do that. Crud. There we go. And connect. Okay, so now this is making brine. It should be. So we got the water, got that. Now it's starting to make the brine. If we move this as our output, we'll then just basically bring everything up here. And we'll have it there. We won't connect it yet. Just want to make sure. I don't think that actually can go in. I'm actually curious. Does that go in when it's like that? I'm gonna check. I highly doubt it. And this should be exporting. Extract without signal. Now it's got the brine. And it's not actually going in, so that was just a graphical thing. Let's take that off and connect you. Now we actually have a bit of brine. Now an interesting thing about these fluid conduits is that they're kind of pressure-based. There needs to be quite a bit of brine in here to basically push upwards into this. So that is why it might be a better idea to actually fill it from the bottom. So I'll need to take you. Although it's colored, there wasn't actually any liquid in them at that point. So now we have one bucket of brine. Let's use that bucket. Hello? Hello? You appear to be in a very awkward situation. Wow, I didn't know that brine was that bad for you. Apparently, if you actually use it, it will make you very, very ghostly sick. Wow. Remind me never to do that. Okay, so we got the brine here. We'll output it into here. Don't think we actually can output it into here because we got water in here. Fudge. So that means we are going to need to temporarily power this. Do we have any conduits? Yes, of course we do. They're just not on our person for some odd... Do I have enough conduits to get over there to at least start the process? Probably not. Yes, actually we do. I don't even know what I'm doing with that tower arrangement, so I'll just place it like this. Get the power going. Gonna just dump all of this because that won't be able to get in. And where'd this oxygen go? Obviously we're going to want to clear that because we don't want oxygen there in a system. So we have to basically waste 8 buckets worth of water. Well, that's not the waste. The waste is all the energy that's required to do that. Then we need to fill up the brine. Now obviously it'd be helpful if I knew where the bloody thing was. Now I know it has to do with some sort of transparency bug with the liquid contained in it. However, it's still kind of annoying. I actually can't see any of the brine in there. Is it because the brine is a gas? I'm not sure. Maybe it's considered a gas. I see a bunch of liquid spots going in the entire thing. So yeah, the brine might be characterized as a gaseous substance, and that is why it is acting like that. Okay, so we're at maximum production. However, it doesn't seem like the production is that high. Got a height of 3, we got a multiplier of 2, max of 200. Not the best. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, since we are going to want a lot of brine, eventually we're going to want it at a very quick pace, we might as well make more of those tanks. Now, how much copper do we have? Good and good. So we need 12 per extra ring. So if we make 12 of these, we're good. And I think I want to make a few more of them than that. So we'll make that, make recipe. Let's see how many we can get. Okay, we have enough for 4 extra layers. So let's make that. Then we'll see what type of multiplier we get. Now what I'm guessing is as soon as I breach the tank wall up there, it's going to break. So we might as well make this as quickly as possible. So we got 16 for that. Now we need to get this out of the way. And we actually have enough for one more layer. So I might as well build that now. So that's just a quick removal of 16 blocks of our structure over here. And we're just basically going deeper and deeper. Because frankly, you know, I know you guys are going to hate me for this. You're gonna sincerely hate me for saying this. But frankly, we need to go deeper. Yeah, I feel like if I didn't preface that, the delivery would have been better. However, you still would have hated me. Now, could we actually put anything in here? I doubt it. So, F7, let's get the light out of the way. Light out of the way. Let's get the light out of the way! On F7, check what we have. Nothing's willing to eat us. Let's break it. Now we have no multiplier because the temperature is actually dropping, but we have a max of 600 Fahrenheit with a height of 7. Now the multiplier is 0 because it's kind of dark and the solar panels can't actually produce anything for our system. So let's sleep. And I turned the rain off because having it, let's just say, recording when there's rain is a pain in the butt, so I don't feel sorry. Now, what I will do is just, what I do feel sorry about is having to fight a skeleton while I have knockback on my sword, and I just can't take it. I can't take it! Okay, so now we're gaining a lot of temperature very quickly, only a multiplier of 2 still. Now, I think the multiplier of 2 might be a speed multiplier for when I'm actually in the desert. It might be related to that only. But what's our water level like? Are we matching pace? We're actually not producing enough. However, that might be remedied during the nighttime. So we might want to think of an aqueous... Ow! Stop that. You might want to think of an aqueous accumulator stack. So still transparent. That's fine, sure. I'm guessing I might as well talk to King Lemming about that later. He might as well figure... He probably knows what the issue is, but whatever. So let's place that down. Let's place that. The brine's in here. Now we're actually producing an excess of sodium, and we're getting all of this in here. And we're starting to infuse, and now we have the sodium, hydrogen, chlorine. Can we get that? Apparently NAI is stuck on, so apparently not. Now the only problem is we got this, and pressurized tubes won't actually go right next to each other. And we're also going to need to get some more pressurized tubes anyways, so might as well. Pressurized tubes, recipe, blah blah blah. Let's just get this, check the recipe, get that, get a bunch of them, might as well, since we're going to use a lot of them anyways. We have enough steel, might as well. And now we just need to... how are we going to do it? Like, loop up? That kind of seems counterproductive, really. But no, I can't even loop up because to loop down would... oh, well, whatever. Screw it, screw it. Get out, get out, get out, get out. I'm wondering if these pressurized tubes are just a laggy abomination. Okay, now we have our hydrogen chlorine. And I think I'll temporarily get that out of the way, and I want to test something. So let's get one ore. I'm pretty sure I know what the answer is, but I might as well check it. Or we want to quadruple 1 bit of gold ore. To do that, we'll use the hydrogen chlorine. inject this with the hydrogen and chlorine, obviously. Interesting sound. And obviously it uses 200 to get 4 gold shards. Whew. And now it's going to inject more and more and more and more and more until we're already out of brine. How much do we have left in here? Nothing here. However, that doesn't mean much. Then what we need to do with these 4 gold shards is temporarily, at least right now, go over here and then throw it into this machine to inject it with oxygen. And this is gonna take a long time. Yep. Then we need to individually do that. Then basically the process continues like that. So we're going to need to actually move all of the stuff over here and have them go into line this direction. That seems like what we're going to ultimately need to do to finish our production of basically everything that we need. Now, chemical injection chamber, that'll give 4 per operation. However, what we're going to need to do is then use them with these machines over here. Now, what I think I'm going to do is actually take all of them with me. And if we check the use of the purification chamber, we can upgrade it to a factory quite easily, which I think is what we're going to need to do. We also have an extra crusher, however that's not in factory form, so we're not going to worry about it too much at this moment. Now the best part of this is that we can basically not go through this and just go through the machines that we have. This has an inventory, but it only has oxygen. Actually, I think it does keep its inventory, but I want to take the gas tank anyways, just in case. Now we're going to upgrade this quite easily. We just need, let's see. Let's clear that. Check the uses of that. Put that in, and we're going to need to grab it again. Now we got a basic factory, and this basic factory is going to basically... Oh my goodness. The basic factory is going to basically blah, 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 blah. Purifying, we're going to need to configure this, but then it's purifying, then I believe it's enriching, then crushing. Enriching, crushing, then it's smelting. So that's our line, and I'm sticking to it. And we need to bring this so that we have our oxygen coming this way. So we'll take that off and have our oxygen directly go in. There we go. So now we have this fed with oxygen. We got 600 in it, enough for 1 operation on 3 of them. And now we need to configure the sides. So auto eject, we want this to be on, and what's the output? The output is the dark blue, right? So that means we want to have dark blue, output dark blue, and inputs will have it the top, and the top is going to need to be red for it. Dark red, strict input, obviously on. Now we're going to need to configure these so that it's red input, and blue output, obviously. There we go. And we'll have this. I don't even know if this is required, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I want to feel special. Actually, this is probably like mechanical pipes, so we don't actually need to do that. Blue, red, so that's the wrong way. So there. As we'll have that. That's good. Output there. Auto eject, input on, and then we'll do the final thing. I'm surprised this didn't actually keep it. I'm actually really surprised. And then we'll have, for now at least, a chest that will go there. So do we have any chests in here? No, we don't. However, I think we have the requisite materials. Obviously not. Let's just bring this in here and quickly go like that. No! Give me back! Give me back my chest! Me mate, me hati, or whatever the heck you are. So supposedly, if I set this on, it should work. So let's get some ore. Let's get one bit of gold, or maybe get a bit of copper, because eventually we're probably going to need a bit more copper for everything. So let's just throw this in here and see what happens. So chemically inject, obviously that's going to work. Then it's going to need to throw it in the other machine. There, it did throw it. Auto sort, auto sort, auto sort, auto sort, and the auto sort basically brings it across all of them. So we got the clumps. We're making clumps. Obviously, this is not ejecting, which is odd. Okay, so the dark blue's there. How come you are not auto ejecting? You worked, because the blue was on that side. You didn't work. Seems like we actually don't have any gas here. That's a problem. We got an excess of hydrogen, but not an excess of oxygen. So we're going to have to figure that out in a second, though. For now, we're good. Configuration. Eject on. You got the blue. So obviously this is not input on. Nope. Input. Gray. No? Okay, let me figure this out. Oh, I got them in the wrong order. Durr. This. Then this. Set that. That's good. That's already set. A bunch of you guys were probably screaming at me like, no way, what the heck are you doing? No! Now, I wish we could disable the sounds. I think I might find a way to disable the sounds, because it's kind of annoying. Okay, so we got oxygen still. Good. I think we might have enough oxygen. No. We're running out of oxygen. We can put oxygen here. That'll fill it up. However, it's a temporary thing, because this is actually using the hydrogen at a lot slower of a rate than it is the other one. Probably the reason is because it's not actually using the brine. That might be the reason, and if that's the case, it should easily be remedied. So filling this up, I think I'll fill it up. How much do we have in our container anyways? No more actually, so that's good. We'll have this, basically we'll leave this later to produce everything I need. However, this I need for the experiment. Okay, now it's producing brine. Now it should be using the hydrogen. It's using the hydrogen. It should be using the hydrogen. And we'll dump the sodium because we don't need the sodium at this stage. However, we will need it later. That's empty. That's working. Not actually producing enough oxygen for it to work. Now, one interesting thing I know is that if we put this here, it'll put the oxygen in here, then output it this way, and it'll output it at a fast enough rate that we'll be able to use it. Wow, I'm starting to get laggy. However, it seems that, yeah, obviously, it's using a 1-to-1 ratio to make the chemical, the whatever chloride, the hydrogen chloride. It's using it at a 1-to-1 ratio, so that gets us 1, but it's not using that as quickly as it's using the oxygen. So we still need to probably divert some of the hydrogen to fuel, because we are using it at a lot quicker rate than I am able to produce the energy. Look here, actually producing it. And then we probably need to have another electrolytic separator that's basically on oxygen alone and put them in canisters. Okay, so I think we have a plan for next time. This isn't actually using it. You should be able to use that. Basic factory, smelting on. Dark red, that should be the input. It's not actually receiving the bounty. For obvious reasons. Okay, so let's get away from that loud thing. So I think we got everything that we possibly can this episode. Next episode, what I think I'm going to want to do is find a good way to divert that fuel, that brine rather, over here, since it seems that this is not going to work without a constant amount of brine. Now I can easily ferry this over for the brine that I need. That should be an easy enough thing, but I think I'll just leave this be, have this continue working. It seems like it is still working when it's above like 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Is it? I don't think it is. Let's see. Hey, let me out! No, it isn't. Okay. I don't know what the boiling point is in Fahrenheit, like 232, some ridiculous thing like that. Anyways, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.